Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the exciting world of gardening. And let me tell you, things are getting greener by the minute. Ever walked through one of those picture-perfect gardens and thought, how do they do it? Well, I'm here to spill the secrets and show you how to transform your own little patch of earth into a modern-day Eden. We're talking about those game-changing trends that are taking over gardens everywhere in 2025. We're talking sustainability, we're talking tech, and we're talking beauty that you can actually eat. Yep, you heard me right. So grab your gardening gloves, put on your sun hat, and let's get our hands dirty as we explore the top 5 trends that'll have your garden blooming like never before. Are you ready? Let's dig in. Now y'all know I'm all about creating spaces that are both beautiful and purposeful, and that's exactly what sustainable gardening is all about. It's about working with Mother Nature, not against her. It's about creating a garden that not only thrives but also gives back to the environment. And honestly, it just feels good to do our part, doesn't it? One of the easiest ways to go green in your garden is by composting. Picture this. Instead of tossing out those kitchen scraps, you're giving them a second life as nutrient-rich fertilizer. It's like magic, but better because you're reducing waste and giving your plants the good stuff. We put our compost bin right back by the garden. It's easy to toss scraps in. And then when it's time to nourish the plants, it's right there. And speaking of giving back, let's talk about rainwater harvesting. We actually just added a rainwater collection system to our farmhouse, and it's been a game changer. Instead of letting precious rainwater run off, you collect it and use it to water your plants. Talk about a win-win. It's good for the environment and good for your water bill. Now let's talk about the stars of the show, the plants themselves. Choosing native plants is one of the best things you can do for your local ecosystem. These plants are already adapted to your climate, so they require less water and maintenance. Plus, they attract all the right pollinators like bees and butterflies, which helps keep your garden buzzing with life. Sustainable gardening is all about finding that perfect balance between what looks good and what's good for the planet. It's about creating a garden that's not only beautiful but also resilient and full of life. Remember, every little bit counts. Even just incorporating 1 or 2 of these practices can make a big difference in the long run. And the best part is, sustainable gardening is totally approachable, no matter your skill level. Start small, experiment, and have fun with it. You'll be amazed at what you can grow. Now, let's talk about those of us who might be a little tight on space. Maybe you've got a small backyard, a balcony, or just a sunny windowsill. Well, don't you worry, because vertical gardening is here to save the day. Imagine this. Lush greenery climbing up your walls, cascading down from hanging baskets, transforming even the tiniest of spaces into a green oasis. That's the beauty of vertical gardening. It's all about thinking outside the traditional garden bed and using vertical space to your advantage. One of my favorite ways to go vertical is with living walls. They're like works of art, but instead of paint, you've got living, breathing plants. You can create a living wall indoors or outdoors, using a variety of materials like recycled pallets, trellises, or even just simple shelves. And if you're short on floor space, stacked planters are your new best friend. They're perfect for growing herbs, veggies, or even small flowering plants. You can find them in all sorts of materials and styles to match your personal aesthetic. It's all about getting creative and making the most of the space you have. Vertical gardening isn't just about maximizing space. It's also about adding a touch of whimsy and visual interest to your surroundings. Imagine a plain brick wall transformed into a tapestry of vibrant flowers and trailing vines. It's like bringing the outdoors in and creating a sense of tranquility and connection with nature. And the best part is, vertical gardening is a great option for both seasoned gardeners and beginners alike. There are so many different systems and techniques to choose from, so you can find what works best for your space and your lifestyle. So don't let a lack of space cramp your gardening style. Embrace the vertical trend and watch your garden dreams take flight. Now, y'all know I love a good dose of old-fashioned charm, but even I have to admit that technology has its place, especially when it comes to gardening. Get ready to meet your new gardening sidekick, smart technology. It's like having a green thumb at your fingertips, 24/7. Imagine this. You're relaxing on the porch, sipping sweet tea, and your phone beeps. It's not your neighbor. It's your garden telling you it's thirsty. That's the power of smart sensors. These little gadgets keep tabs on your soil's moisture levels, so you know exactly when to water, taking the guesswork and potential for overwatering out of the equation. And speaking of watering, let's talk about automated watering systems. These are a true game changer, especially for those of us who travel or have busy schedules. You can set it and forget it, knowing your plants are getting the perfect amount of hydration, even when you're away. But wait, there's more. Garden planning apps are like having a personal gardening assistant right in your pocket. These apps help you design your dream garden, track your plant's progress, diagnose problems, and even connect with other plant enthusiasts. It's like having a whole community of green thumbs at your fingertips. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Joanna, this all sounds very high-tech. Is it really necessary? And you know what? You don't have to go all out and deck out your entire garden with gadgets. Start with 1 or 2 things that you think would be the most helpful for your lifestyle. For me, it's all about finding that balance between embracing technology and keeping things simple and grounded. Smart gardening tools are just that, tools. They're here to make our lives easier and help us create thriving gardens, but they don't replace the joy and satisfaction of getting our hands dirty and connecting with nature. Now, let's talk about something near and dear to all of our hearts: water conservation. Especially living here in Texas, we know how precious water is, and it's our responsibility to be mindful of how we're using it, even in our gardens. The good news is that water-wise landscaping is not only good for the environment, but it's also absolutely stunning. We're talking about creating a garden that's both lush and vibrant, even in drier climates. One of the keys to water-wise gardening is choosing the right plants. And y'all, there's a whole world of drought-tolerant beauties out there just waiting to be discovered. Think succulents with their plump leaves, ornamental grasses that sway gracefully in the breeze, and native wildflowers that burst with color. These plants have adapted to thrive in drier conditions, so they need less water to look their best. And when it comes to watering the plants you do have, efficiency is key. That's where efficient irrigation systems come in. Instead of traditional sprinklers that lose water to evaporation, drip irrigation delivers water directly to the roots of your plants, exactly where they need it. But water-wise landscaping goes beyond just the plants. It's about creating a holistic ecosystem that works in harmony with nature. Think mulching to help retain moisture in the soil, grouping plants with similar water needs together, and even incorporating rainwater harvesting techniques. Now, I know that transitioning to a water-wise landscape might seem daunting at first, but trust me, it's worth it. Not only will you be doing your part to conserve water, but you'll also be rewarded with a garden that's both beautiful and resilient. Y'all, is there anything better than biting into a juicy tomato still warm from the sun, or savoring the sweetness of freshly picked strawberries? For me, it just doesn't get much better than that. And that's the beauty of edible gardens. They're not just about creating a feast for the eyes. They're about nourishing our bodies and souls with the freshest, most flavorful food we can grow. Imagine stepping out your back door and into your own personal farmer's market. Rows of vibrant lettuce, plump tomatoes just begging to be picked, and herbs bursting with fragrance. That's the magic of an edible garden. And the best part is, you don't need a huge backyard to make it happen. You can grow edibles in containers on your patio, raised beds in a small backyard, or even vertically on a trellis. Start by thinking about what you and your family love to eat. Do you crave fresh salads in the summer? Then plant a variety of lettuce, spinach, and kale. Are you a sucker for homemade salsa? Tomatoes, peppers, and cilantro are your new best friends. And don't forget about herbs. They're like the jewelry of the garden, adding a pop of flavor and fragrance to every dish. Plus, they're incredibly easy to grow, even in small spaces. But edible gardening isn't just about the end result. It's about the journey. It's about getting your hands dirty, connecting with nature, and teaching your kids and grandkids where their food comes from. It's about slowing down, appreciating the simple things, and savoring the fruits and vegetables of your labor. So, if you're looking for a way to add more life, flavor, and purpose to your garden, I encourage you to give edible gardening a try. You might be surprised at how much you love it. Well, friends, there you have it. 5 game-changing gardening trends that are set to transform the way we garden in 2025 and beyond. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling so inspired to get out there and get my hands dirty. Remember, creating a beautiful and thriving garden is a journey, not a destination. It's about experimenting, trying new things, and most importantly, having fun along the way. So go on, embrace these trends, put your own spin on them, and create a garden that reflects your unique style and passions. And before you go, be sure to tell me down in the comments which of these trends you're most excited to try in your own garden. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future gardening adventures. Happy gardening, y'all!